I'm Matt Schalk, PGA Professional with FULE. Welcome to our online educational content series. In this series, we're going to discuss putting and help you with short putts and start making a few more putts and really improving those scores. This is a drill that I think you can use pretty much any time. It's a great practice drill and really gets your mind thinking about making the putt and not so much the putting stroke. As you can see, I've got a couple ball marks down here, and we'll get into those in a few minutes after we go through some of the fundamentals of putting. Putting, ball position is probably most important. Much like a driver, we're trying to hit the golf ball as our putter is coming up, so on the upswing. So it's very important for us to play the ball forward in our stance, okay, or closer to our front foot. That helps us when we strike the putt, make sure that our putter again is coming up, which gets the ball rolling. As you can see, when I set up to putt, I want to have my eyes right over the top of the ball or the putting line. Sometimes it's difficult to have our eyes over the top of the ball because the ball's forward in our stance, but it's very important that if I set up to a ball that I have my eyes right over my putting line. So I can drop a ball, make sure it lands directly behind the golf ball, or it might nick a little bit of the golf ball, which is perfect. So as I set up here, there's many different putting grips, and we'll get into some of those down the road. But as I set up here, I'm gonna have the ball forward in my stance, okay? You can see my feet, my hips, my arms and shoulders are nice and square to the target. And when I make a putting stroke, you can see my lower body doesn't move at all. It's really my arms and shoulders that help move this club back and through. That's very important because we're not looking for a weight shift or rotation in our blade. So as I set up to this and make a few strokes, again, the ball's forward in my stance, my lower body's extremely still. I rock the shoulders back and through, keeping my head still along the way. Want to make sure that your head doesn't swing along with the putter, which is pretty common, or you try and peek right before you hit the putt. Keep that head down, just move the arms and shoulders back and through. On this drill, which is a short putt drill, I've got two of the ball marks. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these ball markers down on the green in a straight line toward the hole. I put one behind it where I can put my golf ball right in front of that ball. That way I'm always returning it to the same position. The second ball mark is about 3 or 4 inches in front of my golf ball and on the line that I'm trying to strike the putt. Because what's most important for us is making sure that when we strike a putt, it's on line immediately. If we can get that putt on line immediately, we're gonna make a lot more putts. A lot of people get caught up in speed, how hard they need to hit it, worrying about the stroke going back and through. But it's a lot more simple if you worry about just putting the ball over a spot directly in front of your ball here. So visually, if you do this drill a lot, when you get on the golf course, you can line up the putt, you can pick that spot in front of your golf ball that you're trying to roll your ball over, and not worry about speed. It obviously is an important part, speed, but a lot of us playing a lot of golf, we get a pretty good feel for speed, and especially if you have a favorite course or you're used to it a lot, the green speeds don't change too often, so you're pretty comfortable with it. But go ahead and get set up here, have a ball mark back here where the ball is just in front of it. Make sure that your ball mark in front of your golf ball you're going to strike is right in front of it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to set up to this putt. Ball's forward in my stance. I'm going to make sure that I try and roll that ball right over my spot. I'm going to hit a lot of putts where I boom, hit it right over the ball, right into the back of the hole. If you really focus on just this little spot right in front of your golf ball and not worry about taking it back and following through, it'll help you make a lot more putts. It's a great drill, a simple drill, and I hope you use it. I hope it makes you get better. I'm Matt Schalk, PGA Professional with FULE. We'll see you in our next online series.